We waiting to stick it in, baby. Who is buying this shit? Bro, 9,000 likes? 9,000 people who can vote, by the way? Oh yeah, that's a disturbing factoid. That's something where you have to reconsider if democracy is worth it, right? Bro, if you can vote and you paid for Fly Soldier's OnlyFans, you need to be, like, shot with a gun.
The Island Boys went from practically printing money.
Bro, we were making $40,000 a day. More than that.
These two doofuses are making more money in a day than most people will ever make in like a month. Most people, what's the average like US salary? $62,000 or something? These guys are making almost a year's salary in a day. These two, look at these people. These two, okay, hold on, I'm gonna replay the video.
The Island Boys went from practically printing money.
Bro, we were making $40,000 a day. More than that.
So these people who look like the underside of a desk at school, like these people look like the vandalism that people do on school bathrooms, okay? That's what they look like. They are making more money in a day. Oh, they're making almost the average US salary in a day.
To drowning in debt.
They did you dirty? How?
Yeah, they owe me about like $150,000.
For a split.
Okay, but you loaned to the Island Boys. You loaned to the human embodiments of bacteria. Like, what?
They did you dirty? How?
Yeah, they owe me about like $150,000.
For a split second, they had the world's attention.
He's never getting that money back.
They could have pivoted, cleaned up their image, maybe even dropped a halfway decent track. But instead, they crashed hard.
You don't trust me or what? Bro, what? Bro. Oh my God! What the fuck? I don't care, bro. You profiling me.
TikTok personality known as Kodiak Red is in trouble with the law again.
The judge gave Frank Venegas bail this afternoon for having a gun without a serial number and oxy pills.
What started as a meme quickly spiraled.
I mean, I won't say that I'm not surprised that these two absolute hooligans did something like this. They look evil. Like, they look evil. Do you think that you're gonna walk into a courtroom looking like this and get the benefit of the doubt? These two people look guilty by appearance. He said they're profiling me as he's in the back of the police car. Yeah, I'd profile you too. This guy's got gummy worms as his haircut, and his brother looks like bacteria.
Into a spectacle of fights, arrests, cringy interviews, and desperate attempts to stay relevant. And
I remember that one time that you looked at their Twitter and almost got banned. Oh yeah, that time that this guy randomly had his dick out on his Twitter. That was great.
Instead of evolving into legit hip-hop artists, they became a cautionary tale on what not to do after your 15 minutes of fame. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we're unpacking the messy rise and even messier fall of the Island Boys. Everything that led to their demise and where they are now. Though, looking back, it's hard not to wonder if they were doomed from the very beginning. Twins Alex Fly Soldier and Frankie Kodiak Red.
I won't say to judge a book by its cover until it comes to these people, because if you look at these people and think that they're going to make intelligent financial decisions, then you do not know how to judge a book by its cover. Like, you're going to be so bad at profiling people. If you look around and then you look at people like this and like people who decide to use their bodies as like a wall that you can vandalize, you're going to know very quickly that these kinds of people don't tend to do well with money. They tend to just splurge it all on the most dumb shit you can imagine.
Had a rough childhood. Their father passed away from a heart attack when they were just 5 years old, and with no father figure to steer them straight, the two fell into a life of crime from a young age, engaging in all sorts of illegal activities like burglary, larceny, assault, battery, and even grand theft auto.
So we was out here wilding and stuff like that. Once our mom, she made sure that we had a roof, everything like what's required. But even the police know, like police back in our city, they knew that our mom couldn't control us. Like nobody. Yeah, we were out of control. She was good. She did everything she could, but we was out of control. We thought we could do whatever we want, and we got away with it because when you're a little kid, you know, it's like a slap in the wrist when you get in the system, you know?
The twins spent most of their teenage years bouncing in and out of jail, eventually getting kicked out by their mother when they had just turned 18. With nowhere left to go, the two decided to pursue a career on social media. They spent most of the money they had left on tattoos to emulate the look of SoundCloud rappers.
How much did you spend on all your tattoos? I spent around like 30K.
And started posting random videos on Instagram and later
$30,000 down the drain.
To TikTok.
So they said that we're double trouble. We've been called that a whole life. Yeah, that's stupid. We've been called that a whole life, by the way. No, we're hard eyes though. Ooh, you like that shit, huh?
However, while their unusual appearance attracted some attention, the views were too inconsistent to make a stable living off these videos.
The bills cannot possibly be this high. does that even mean in this context? I know their breath smells bad. I don't know how bad the diamond grills smell. Like, I mean, it would probably be pretty bad because it's like you forget to brush them and then like the bacteria just stays there.
That is, until one video went viral and changed their lives forever. On October 13th, 2021, the twins dropped a video of themselves singing their Island Boys song in a pool.
Oh, he had to cut out the Island Boy song. Interesting. Where's the freestyle? I'm still trying to find it because I'm an Island Boy. The Island Boys.
This took the internet by storm, getting over 5 million views in just a week and tens of millions more on other platforms. It also made the duo world famous practically overnight. However, despite its explosive popularity, the general reception to their video was a lot more mixed than the brothers would have liked. While a few found the song catchy, others, including hip-hop legend Snoop Dogg, were straight up annoyed by just how bad it was.
Island boy, I've been trying to make it. I ain't seen it with a gang slang. You ain't
gang, they got to use that word. I'm speechless. Two goofballs in the pool.
But as it turned out,
two goofballs in the pool, man. It's true. They're two goofballs in a pool. Snoop Dogg, you're right. He's never been more right. Look at these people. Look at them. Who, and also, like, yo, film this. Film this. This is off the dome. It's off the dome piece. I got some music for you guys.
The quality of the song didn't matter at all. What mattered was its incredible meme potential.
Gang. Silly Billy Maxing.
Resulted in countless parodies and edits, boosting its popularity far.
Look at these fucking people, bro. Oh my
beyond the
god.
Island Boys' wildest imaginations. What the two failed to realize, however,
I don't understand. I do see this sometimes when people get their hair lined up. What's with the chalk? I never understood why people use chalk to like make it look like their hairline is better than it actually is. I don't think it makes it look crispier. I think it looks stupider.
Was that their success had nothing to do with talent or musical ability. Instead, they were the butt of the joke, something for everyone to laugh at. Rather than seeing themselves as the meme they were, the Island Boys convinced themselves that they were the next big thing in hip-hop. A delusion that fell apart when they were booed off stage just seconds into a Miami.
No fucking way. How did I not know about this? They got booed off stage? What?
Club performance.
What? How could I have missed this? I was on top of these guys. I was following these guys' career pretty heavily at a certain point. Okay. So I get it now. They suck. They're actually just this bad. And then how do you feel that there were like girls here? Like there were girls in the crowd. I mean, no, there weren't. But the idea that this could have scared off women is so funny to me. Let's get out of here. I don't like these guys on stage. They're weird.
They also released a
It is scaring the huzz. It literally is scaring the huzz.
A full music video of the song that made them popular, only to get dragged through the mud once again, with comments like, "Have this as my alarm every morning, been waking up 30 minutes earlier just to turn it off."
Oh man, it's so fucking bad, it really is. Do you play tennis at Texas Tech? No, I don't. I don't do that. I don't even live in Texas.
Thank you, Island Boys. Thank you, Island.
That's a weird ass first time chat though. I don't even like how weird that is. Low key, you're getting like timed out just for how weird that is, to be honest. You look like one of the players, I'm sorry. Okay, I won't time you out, but just, you know, read the room.
Boys, you saved my brother. He was paralyzed in a fatal car accident. Luckily, when I played this song, he rose and clicked the sound to mute. And this type of hidden talent should absolutely remain hidden. But even after facing the harsh reality of their situation, the two kept posting videos as the Island Boys. Since, at the end of the day, the money was just too good to—
What fucking island were they from? Epstein? I don't get it. They're from Florida. It's not even an island, it's a peninsula. I think. But they're Floridian. The Florida guys, the Florida Jits. How about just be the Florida Jits? Fucking island. I never even understood that. If we unpack their very thing, it doesn't even make sense.
To walk away from.
We were making $40,000 more than that. I'm not even playing with you. Yeah. 60.
We was looking at the thing. It was
$60,000 a day from what?
It's
the top of
it.
Wait,
but actually, like, just from what?
Said you got $60,000 to do.
To make.
Then the next day, we'll do that. The next day, another 60,000. We're like, man, what the fuck is this?
Unfortunately for the Island Boys, even the money was about to dry up, all because of their poor choices. The first big mistake the twins made was turning down an offer that could have resulted in a—
Oh, what's this? Marketing and distribution deal offer? Sniper Gang Records, that's... Okay. Okay, nice. That's official. That's very professional. Is requesting your services to pitch 2 artists for a record deal, and they're gonna get $300,000 for a sign-on fee? Why would you pass on that?
long-lasting,
especially for these fucking goofballs. This isn't Drake. You need every penny you can get.
And more stable career. Shortly after they blew up on the internet, Kodak Black, one of the rappers they modeled their looks after, offered to sign them into his label, but the two refused the offer.
And this fucking, he's the dumbest one of them all. He's gonna sign them for what? What do you see in these people? I see failure, I see neglect, I see crippling debt, you know, I don't see anything, really.
For completely.
Record deals are notoriously predatory. Oh, I understand that, and I get it, but the predatory aspect is that you're preying on someone who has a lot of potential. Do you get where I'm going with this?
Stating that they wanted to stay independent. Fly Soldier later explained his reasoning in more detail, stating, "I'm not currently signed to no label. I'm independent, and so far, I'm doing pretty good when it comes to the money, because I feel like labels just take my money, and I'm doing pretty good right now. I got racks." However, this highlights one of the Island Boys' biggest flaws, one that sticks with them throughout their downfall, their inflated ego and ignorance when it comes to their own talent. The twins believe they're entrepreneurial geniuses who always make the—
Yeah, they do. They think that they're like actually business moguls, like one of these fucking Shark Tank businessmen. Like, you're not gonna look at the deal and analyze the biases made by the people who are writing it and then find the loophole and thread the needle. You're not a fucking business shark. You're not a mogul. You're a dickhead.
the right decisions.
The problem is that they're a flash in the pan. They never had long-term potential, so they should have ran to any label that would have kept them relevant. Yes, exactly. They should have absolutely taken some stupid deal like that, because they are a blimp. This is their 15 seconds of fame, and they should have understood that.
And nowhere is this more obvious than their appearance on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast.
Do you boys feel like you have an inherent musical gift?
Inherent, like what?
Inherent.
Born with it?
I mean, I've been singing since I was a little kid. Yes, too.
Do you have that it factor?
Yes, I'm a star.
Yeah, we do.
Around 25 minutes into the podcast, George—
Bro, he looks like a fucking bird.
I'm a star.
Yeah, we do.
Like, doesn't he kind of look like a bird? I feel like he's talking about how well he sings, and I feel like that might be because he secretly wakes the whole city up with his singing, because he's a bird. Coo, coo, coo. It takes one to know one. True that. Certified aviation. How do you call it when you're like a flyer? Like if you're like a bird.
Around 25 minutes into the podcast, George Janko suggests that all of the jewelry they'd bought would serve as a smart investment if they ever faced a financial crisis.
I think if God forbid it doesn't go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry assets and invest it in something. So you guys will never ever be broke again. So I don't think there's ever gonna be a broke situation.
All things considered, this was fairly good advice from George. However, instead of thanking him for his consideration or showing gratitude of any kind, the Island Boys flipped out.
George, stop talking.
We have multiple.
Wait, that was. Yeah. Hey, that was for you guys.
Yeah, you
that wasn't like a hate shot.
I don't need financial advice.
We don't
when I probably make more money than you.
They got offended by George simply entertaining the idea that they could—
George makes a lot more money than him, by the way. Or George makes more money than both of these people. Yeah, 100%. Even during their peak, I assume he was still making more.
Ever go—
Actually, no, this was when he was still Logan Paul's bitch, so no.
Broke, and turned what was nothing more than friendly advice into a full-blown argument.
But that was me being nice. It wasn't me being like an asshole. I could be an asshole. I could turn it up and be an asshole.
Go talk to somebody else. It's not gonna
go in your favor. But
no, it could go in my favor.
Like, you really don't want to go there, bro.
I could go there. Because I was giving you guys nice advice and you guys were being assholes.
Hey, George, keep talking. I'm gonna walk out.
I'm right here, you guys.
Okay, what are you trying to say?
You guys are throwing a lot of threats. I'm sitting right here.
No one's threatening you.
You guys said it's not gonna go my way. This is not the Milk Boys. We don't do fake over here.
You trying to scare me or something? I'm not scared of you, huh, man?
Ultimately resulting in the two puffing up their chests and storming off the podcast altogether, just to protect their bruised egos.
No, here, I'm moving for you. I was giving you nice advice, bro. I agree with that.
Though given what—
Bro, look at this guy.
Nice advice, bro. I agree with that.
Look at him. Look at the way, like, I feel like if you're wearing a white shirt and your whole body has tattoos, I don't know, it looks fucked. It's supposed to be the shirt has the design and then you don't. The shirt has no design and he does.
Though
I got a full AI Elden Ring Night Ring ad? What?
Given what happened next, George's advice would have actually helped them survive. Not long after their impulsive appearance, the Island Boys meme started to fade away, and the crazy amounts of money they were earning at the height of their popularity vanished alongside it.
Would I
Their
get a
views dropped
tattoo?
to
I mean, I've thought about getting a tattoo. I might get some sort of thing on my, like, arm, and if I did, I would have to think a lot about it, but I would certainly, like, okay, I do feel like there are people who think once they get one that they go crazy. I've heard that once you get one, you just get like 30 of them. If I got one, I think I would just keep it. I don't know if I would need more than that, but who knows?
Amounts of money they were earning at the height of their popularity vanished alongside it. Their views dropped to a fraction of what they once were, booking slowed to a trickle, and the people that once obsessed with clowning on them simply moved on. By the times the twins realized the severity of their situation, it was already too late. Instead of prepping for their inevitable fall off, they spent most of what they earned on cars and jewelry to flex on social media. In an even worse financial move, they even sold the rights to their viral song to a man named Check the Star, so when the income dried up, they had nothing left. In a desperate attempt to stay relevant, the Island Boys resorted to increasingly erratic behavior, like starting a fake beef with one another on which one of the two was responsible for their success.
Red, you want to be just like me. You want to be just like me. Red, you want to do everything.
Fake beef. Holy shit.
I mean the Island Boys. Follow the leader. Red,
Dude, these are two germs fighting. The one thing is that none of their tattoos have any meaning. I feel like at some point you're just a masochist. That's a great point. Like, these are just scribbles. These are literally just like stupid fucking scribbles that have no meaning, and this is just two lines. Wouldn't sign to an album but sold the rights to their only hit. Makes sense. Bro, like, they were gonna get residuals from that song for a while, even after the meme dried up. Like, it would still be money. And these guys, I mean, what do you think they're gonna work? What kind of expertise do they have to offer to the workforce? Where are they gonna go work? Who would hire them? Who would hire the Island Boys? I wouldn't hire them. Even some place that requires no background knowledge, no graduate degree. Like, these people couldn't make tacos.
Follow the leader. I made Island Boys. You made Island Boys. I'm the one that told you let's get in the Airbnb. I'm the one that. But I made Island Boys though. I made Island Boys. Told you to change it up. I made Island Boys. I'm the one that made the actual bars. I made bars. Okay, let me talk.
And even believing that their dramatic exit on Logan's podcast was the right thing to do.
You guys regret walking off that podcast?
No, I wouldn't regret it. I went probably 5 times more viral than in that podcast than I probably would have if I just would have had like a regular sit down and talk.
Not understanding.
That's probably true though, to be fair.
This kind of entitled behavior was a major contributor to their downfall. After all, no one wants to support
Who the bro, look at this sag. Look at the fucking sag.
Absorbed pricks who think they're
oh my god.
better than everyone else just because they went viral once. As a comment on YouTube which described them perfectly, simply stated, "They are perfect examples of internet making the wrong people famous." Even then, the Island Boys still had the chance to make something off their dying career. They already
What's the point of the pants at that point? I don't know.
Followers across social media. All they had to do was give these followers a reason to stick around. A potential route for them could have been to work on their music and
Bro, I'm confused how you follow one of them, but you don't know the other one. Like, I don't know the difference between Kodiak Red and Fly Soldier. What differentiates these two goobers? I know one of them has an eagle on their head, that's it.
Reason to stick around. A potential route for them could have been to work on their music and to try and become real hip-hop artists, but that would have meant putting in real work that the twins clearly weren't interested in. Instead, they chased the next viral moment, hoping to cash in big once again.
Yeah, we pop in 100 bands just to...
And after much deliberation, Fly Soldier and Kodiak Red found the shortcut they were looking for. However, much to their dismay, this idea backfired spectacularly, eroding the little reputation they had left on the internet. In April of 2023, the two shocked the internet with their announcement of a joint OF account, with a now deleted post on Twitter. Although many assumed it had to be a joke,
we waiting to stick it in, baby? Who is buying this shit? Because, bro, 9,000 likes? The thing is, this allowed them to come back. This is the craziest part of it, right? They had fallen off after they stormed off the podcast. They had sold the rights to their song, and then they went on OnlyFans. And then I remember when they were on OnlyFans, they had some Jack Doherty beef or whatever, and that's when, like, they had become re-relevant. So, fuck, I don't know, it worked. 9,000 people who can vote, by the way? Oh yeah, that's a disturbing factoid. That's something where you have to reconsider if democracy is worth it, right? Bro, if you can vote and you paid for Fly Soldier's OnlyFans, you need to be, like, shot with a gun.
It turned out to be completely real, and even more disturbing than anyone ever expected. Over the next few months, the twins
aren't they gonna have an MMA fight or something? I have no idea.
Posting increasingly salacious pictures with each other, all while promoting their OF account. But even all of that wasn't enough to prepare for what...
Bro, it's so, you know how bad it is that I can see through this blur? Just as someone who used to see this, like I saw this image back when I was covering it on my YouTube. I can see through the blur now. I know what this is. It's his fucking brother smooching him on the cheek. Anyone know their sizes or nah? Oh, you're lost. You're one of the 9,000 people, aren't you?
All while promoting their OF account. But even all of that wasn't enough to prepare for what came next. On the 1st of August 2023, a video of them making out with each other started making rounds on the internet, to the complete shock and horror of anyone who came across it.
Bro left in the fucking audio. Yo, internet anarchist. How about no? How about let's not do that shit, okay? I mean, this is unacceptable. You cannot do this shit. You just cannot do that to my ears. How about no? How about no, man?
This was disgusting on so many...
The audio is not necessary. It is not necessary for understanding the story and the video. You threw that in for no fucking reason, and I don't like that. And I don't like that in my ears. I don't want to hear incest, but yeah, me neither.
Different levels, but it worked.
Hey, what the fuck is the... Hey. What the fuck is this slime? Okay, fuck!
This was
I went too far back. What is this slime?
On so many different levels.
Why is there slime noises?
But it worked. The Island Boys went...
You are molesting my ears.
...viral once again.
I told you, yeah, I told you it worked. I told you. This was the thing, it actually worked. Yeah, the graph, yeah, you see, I had this graph mentally because this is like, I made a video here, I made a video here about them.
Only this time, it was for...
Are they gay or was it for publicity? Bro, I have no idea.
All the wrong...
I mean, would you suck dick for $1 million? Personally, I probably would. For $1 million? I mean, that doesn't make me gay. It just doesn't.
Reasons. However, to them, this was a complete victory.
Something that talk about, because people really don't like us. So, like, hey, look, we got something on, and they kissed each other. So we kind of knew it would go viral.
But before they had the chance to celebrate their
it's $1 million.
Success, it went away faster than they...
Like $1 million? Bro, I gotta do something that I would never do again. It's disgusting. It's like a minute or 2 minutes. Bro, $1 million in 2 minutes? That's more than Elon Musk makes. How much? Let's ask ChatGPT. Because this is a point that I'm really trying to make sure that I'm accurate about. How much does Elon Musk make in 2 minutes? Elon Musk makes, hold on, it's crunching the data, depends whose. Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good point. He makes, holy shit, he makes 100K every 2 minutes? Okay, that might be a problem. That's actually disgusting. 100K every 2 minutes! God damn! But hey, 2 minutes, you're still making, yeah, you're still making $1 million.
They would have liked, leaving them stranded with no stable source of income for a second time. And unlike their previous fall-off, where they could have still retained some viewers by improving their music, they didn't have that option anymore. No self-respecting artist was going to work with them ever again, or offer to sign them to his label.
So what's going on with you two kissing each other and shit?
Bro, shut your ass up before I break this shit.
Dude, hey, yo, that ass, I would love to see you try that shit.
Bro, what are you talking about?
I would love to see you try that shit. What the fuck are you saying up in front of
the OF stunt eroded any respect people had left for them, and it was only downhill from here. During this time, the Island Boys tried to maintain their image of wealthy gangsters who still owned mega mansions, sports cars, and diamond jewelry, when in reality, most of it was fake, and the Island Boys were drowning in debt.
They did poker dirty.
Crazy, yeah.
They did you dirty? How?
They owe me about like $150,000.
From what? Your percentage of the cameo money?
Yeah.
Is that the only money they're bringing in?
Mostly, maybe a little bit on TikTok, but I mean, it's pretty much run dry at this point.
Despite their best efforts, the twins couldn't maintain the rich boy facade forever. They started getting more and more desperate with each passing day, and even lowered their cameo price from $135 in the beginning to just $30 in a last-ditch effort to make some money. But when that didn't work either, they decided to hang out with Jack Doherty.
They both built like toothpicks, but they acting all hard. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Of all people, just to regain some sense of relevancy. Even then, they couldn't
I remember this.
resist the urge to stir up drama and pick fights at every chance they got, willing to do whatever it took for that viral moment to keep them in the spotlight.
I get it, but no one in the street.
Oh!
Stop! Stop! Stop!
What? What?
Oh!
Yo, chill. What
Cock's gun? He's got a fucking gun?
Nigga, y'all touch me or what? Bro, what?
Well, I know that guy.
Oh my god!
That guy's Convy.
It
He's a
even
kick
got to
streamer.
the point where the two were accused of hitting Jack's girlfriend.
Appreciate the money I made off you guys. It's cool. Yup, you guys worked for me. Nice fucking try, dumbass. Nice try.
What's good? What's good? Hey, not with me around. What's good?
That's might be the only time I'm rooting for the Island Boys, though. I can't lie to you. I actually hope that they rock his shit. Fuck Jack Doherty. Infinitely worse. Like, bro, the Island Boys, fake, gay, weird, stupid. Jack Doherty, Satan, satanic, literally satanic. Pedophile, probably a I don't know, some like fetus muncher. I hope that they I don't know. I mean, look, they did one good thing.
But as you might imagine, hanging with Jack Doherty was never the right move, especially—
Jack is going through it right now. What? Because of the chain thing, the 300K chain that he lost. Oh, they're the McLaren. Yeah, that's true. Jack is the embodiment of the 8th deadly sin. Oh yeah.
They wanted
I mean, yeah.
to win back even a portion
You thought there was 7. There's 8 actually. He's the 8th one
of their audience. And with Jack losing everything he had, the Island Boys were left without a home on the internet yet again, forcing Alex and Frankie to become even more desperate and sacrifice—
Wait, those are their names? Alex and Frankie? Bro, his name's fucking Alex. I thought that these guys were supposed to be some, like, thugs. Your name's Alex? Bro, that's my boy Alex. He'll take your life away. Your name's Alex.
their dignity in exchange for fleeting moments of fame. Alex, for instance, had a baby a few months ago.
What? What the fuck would allow this absolute bacteria to stick his Johnson inside of her? Was this consensual, do we think? This had to have... Bro, that's insane. This makes me sad. This makes me upset because the gift of life should not be given to just anybody. And I feel like, you know, this is a good example where it's like you have people that are so... your name's probably Christopher. Okay, it's not Christopher, but shout out to all my Chris's. Also, Christopher is not even a crazy name. Chris? Also, hold on a second. Out of all the names you could have picked to make me sound goofy, you picked Christopher? Christopher is a normal name. Forget it. This person had a baby. Meanwhile, there are people infinitely nicer, wiser, that are not having kids. Bro, you know how many people are like, I'm not sure if I'm ready. I don't know if it's the right time. The bills. And this fucking retard's just spamming. He's just spamming fucking loads of pump. He's just pumping and dumping, and then you're... Bro, that's crazy.
Fortunately...
Probably Hugo. My name's not Hugo.
The baby wasn't perfectly healthy and had to be put in the NICU until it could recover.
Oh,
however,
shit.
Instead of taking care of his wife and child, Alex decided to use...
Like, can I be honest? And I mean this in a inquisitive way. This is something where I'm trying to really get something answered here, okay? How does this person... What does this woman see? What does she see in this guy? Is it just money? What does she see? Like... if you showed her as a child the photo of this man that she would marry, would that, you think, stop her?
Use his son's tragic health to farm TikTok views.
Hospital every day looking at
So
my
it goes by
bro.
God always with me, and let's start reading it.
He's religious? Bro, you're not... How are you religious?
The baby survived.
This guy's a Satanist.
And is in much better condition now. But that has only given Alex more...
Oh, can I say something without y'all getting mad? Bro, his baby looked fucked up. His baby looked fucked up.
Opportunities to use him for content.
I think he looks like Fly. Yeah, he looks a lot like me.
At least he's spending time...
Bro, he looked traumatized.
...time with his wife and child. Frankie's situation, on the other hand, is 10 times worse.
He's scared. We all thinking it. Bro, I knew y'all were thinking it, so I said it.
Known as Kodiak Red is in trouble with the law again.
The judge gave Frank Venegas bail this afternoon for having a gun without...
Wait, Frank what? Why does it sound like she just ripped it?
In trouble with the law
Frank
again.
what?
The judge gave Frank Venegas bail...
What? Frank who?
Known as Kodiak Red
Frank
is in
who?
trouble with the law again.
The judge gave Frank Venegas
That's his name?
bail this afternoon
Okay.
for having a gun without a serial number and oxy pills.
He was arrested in May of 2023 for domestic battery and allegedly slapping his girlfriend before pushing her into a shallow pool,
Venegas. Frank Venegas.
injuring her chin. More recently, he was arrested again in February 2025.
Bro, his hair fucking Wi-Fi. His shit is literally Wi-Fi. This is 5G internet. Dude, he looks like an antenna. Verizon should probably rent him out and increase their coverage. You ever seen those maps? I got a new spot that you can make red.
After officers found drugs and a gun without a
You will definitely be someone's girlfriend in prison. Okay, but who's taking advantage of his butt?
girlfriend before pushing her into a shallow pool, injuring her
Nice.
chin. More recently, he was arrested again in February 2025.
Oh, he's an abuser. That's great.
After officers found drugs and a gun without a serial number in his car. A few months ago, Alex and Kaylee posted a video updating everyone on Frankie's situation. And according to them, he's practically homeless at this point due to his addiction.
He's getting evicted. He hasn't paid a bill. Even his mom would tell me before.
And listen, that's another problem on why you don't use.
They also claimed that he didn't pay for the cars the twins bought for months, bringing Alex's credit score down with him.
He's brought Alex's credit
Kayla and Fly confirm Red's getting evicted. So is Red the other guy, Frank?
down
Is he the one with the eagle?
so much while
He's the eagle, right? Yeah, he is the eagle. Okay.
hasn't paid a bill. Even his mom would.
They also claimed that he didn't pay for the cars the twins bought.
I love how this guy's morally grandstanding. He's talking about right from wrong. Like, this guy has the audacity to speak on what's good. He's like, this is why, hey, I'm gonna teach y'all a lesson. You're a doofus.
He's getting evicted. He hasn't paid a bill. Even his mom would tell me before.
And listen, that's another problem on why you don't use.
They also claimed that he didn't pay for the cars the twins bought.
Also, listen to the way that he made that sentence. Listen to the way that he said that sentence.
Problem on why.
Listen.
Evicted. He hasn't paid a bill. Even his mom would tell me before.
And listen.
That's another problem on why you don't use.
That's another problem on why you don't use. That's another reason for why you shouldn't do drugs. That sentence, that wouldn't work. That's another problem on why you don't use.
They also claimed that he didn't pay for the cars the twins bought for months, bringing Alex's credit score down with him.
He's brought Alex's credit down so much while we're in the middle of looking for a house, and it's not even his fault. It's his brother's fault because his brother hasn't paid his car in 4 months, and we could show you guys the voicemails of the car people calling him every single day saying, "Where is a payment?"
Unfortunately for both brothers, the internet doesn't have any sympathy left for either of them, with comments stating, "This is why you don't start an OF with your twin brother."
I think that you don't start an OF with your twin brother, not because it fails. It's because it could succeed. You don't start an OF with your twin brother, not because, oh, damn, look, it failed, and they have a bad situation. Like, because if it works, that's even worse. Because what happens if you smooch your brother and it works? Then you have to go further. Then you gotta slide it in, okay? Then they want long videos, and now you're literally just breaking the law. Because I think it would be worse if it actually made them a lot of money and continued to work. You get that? Because it not working, you know, maybe that's embarrassing because, like, why would you ever do that? But let's say it worked.
And they should have listened to George Janko's financial
That's true.
advice. Put simply, the Island Boys have lost
Janko vindicated.
everything they gained back in 2021, and there's nothing they can do to get it back. Their ego, overconfidence, and questionable antics have also burned down any opportunities they could have had after the meme died down. The only option they have now is to slowly fade into internet obscurity, where the only thing people would remember about them is the time that they were traumatized by seeing the Island Boys OF content on Twitter. And
that's true. All right, great video. Yeah, that was fucking crazy, bro. Life ruined. Yeah, sounds about right. That guy specifically. Looks like the other guy, he's gonna be okay. The guy who's not Frank Venegas. Alex is gonna be fine after all.